needs for the casualties and deaths in Turkey and Syria and Josimont for their soul to remain in peace, and those who have been injured to get early recovery. This is the purpose of it. धन्यवाद. Now we request the Mahapatra to bless our team by presenting bouquet and all of us. All that 91. I now request Mr. Ranjan Panda, Joint Secretary of our Library, to formally introduce our guest.
आज मुख्य वक्ता डॉक्टर सम्राट सम्बलपुर विभिन्न प्रेस मीडिया बंधु एवं आम सम्बलपुर लाइब्रेरी परिवार कार्यकारी कमिटी सदस्य आज हम सुजोग आनी आम गोटे गुरुत्वपूर्ण विषय पर आज आलोचना हम कोविड-19 एंड इंडियन इकोनॉमी तार ऊपर करके डॉक्टर मनोज पंडा सर कोई मोटा की पत्या करवा लगे इज ए वेरी नोन फैक्ट ए हाउसहोल्ड नेम समझो he is a man of Polangi and you are our college mate in PM college. I do not know whether he recall those days or not, but we are there in college and what we are talking about when I saw the photograph, I could immediately know. And I was going to meet one of our classmates today, and that's a great occasion for us. Dr. Manoj Panda is the former director of the Institute of Economic Growth, Delhi, and the Center for Economic and Social Studies, CES, Hyderabad. He retired from service in the March month of 2021. He has served various academic positions in India at the Institute of Economic Growth, Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research, and National Commission of Applied Economic and Research. He was a member of the National Statistical Commission from November 2015 to November 2018. He holds a PhD in economy from the Indian Statistical Institute and spent a year at the Yale University, USA. A post-doctoral fellowship, doctoral fellowship, and he has undertaken short-term assignments for several international organizations, including World Bank, ADB, and FAO. We have got a great personality in economy and we will be listening to a very burning topic, that is COVID-19 and the status of Indian economy. So all of you please bear with us and we will be now, after that, Dr. Padi speak something about this, we will be requesting our chief speaker to speak on the topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I request to if you want.
It's indeed a pleasure for me to speak to this audience on a topic that I am familiar with. I'm not familiar with several social issues COVID-19, it's about 3 years now, but still we have not done results in some parts of the world. As serious one one to a year. During that period, in the past year, particularly, when people leave, when it started, almost all the countries in the world, they introduced what is known, everybody now knows as lockdown. And because there was no contact except for few essential services, all the marketplaces, production units, they closed down. The economy was affected very badly in that way. Now, at the global level, normally the global economy it grows at about 3% or 3.5% a year. In that year, there was an absolute drought. In India also a similar situation was there in 2020. Our overall economic activity picked up by about 6%. The other disruption that are there apart from just economic activity was because of the trade restrictions. The movement of goods and services, they were affected very badly across country, international trade. They completely, or most part of the country. Similarly, the investment flows across country are also dropped. So because as they say, the COVID-19 itself was once in a century experience, and for Indian economy also, or the global economy also, the experience that we have, the negative experience, that is, possibly not seen in over 4 to 5 decades after the World War II. In India, the first phase was witnessed sometime in early 2020. Then there was lockdown from March 2020, March 2020, if I remember, right, or 24. For about 3 months, in 3 months, the first phase was actually very severe. And it happened to be severe because nobody knew how to deal with this virus. And even the global community, they only had their experiences several decades ago, about a century ago, the last virus that was affected on this scale. But I will gather some experience over the past few weeks. The lockdown got relaxed. And after that, there is no national lockdown, but there were, what is known as the local containment zones, depending on the locality where it was spread. Overall, the effect was for India, the recorded numbers about 500,000 deaths were recorded during the COVID-19. that we attributable to COVID. I'm not telling about the pandemic, but it's not attributable to COVID. The infection rate also was large, about 25 million or so, over the entire 3 year period. But the effect of the pandemic was such that it changed our lifestyle. It also changed our work style. Lifestyles in several spheres, people were confined to their houses, they were scared to come out, even when it was legal to come out. The work style was changed. Several people, workers started working from home. In some cases, it was not possible. And they were to accept the few essential services. Fortunately, in India, agriculture was included in the essential services. And that meant the rural economy at least had too much. Now, but if you look back the events of the last 3 years, one thing is clear: the health crisis of this nature, it has not been seen in living memory. Even people who lived for 90, 100 years, they were also not remembering a crisis of this kind. Now, the other part is, generally talked about in policy circles, the government's response to reduce the adverse effect of the pandemic. The standard thing that is being talked about often in policy circles is the government had faced a choice between lives and livelihood. If you don't go for any kind of restriction like lockdown, whether local or national, lives may be lost. If you go for it, livelihood will be lost. So it is a very difficult choice, even for the government officials. And as I told, since in the living memory, such things were not happening. The last pandemic was only just about 100 years ago. We just didn't know how to deal with it, at least in the beginning. And that is not only for us, but for several other countries as well. For the government, it was a very challenging task. Fortunately, their success was evident by end of 2020 on the vaccination front. And even in India, we produced 2 different vaccines, which its use was permitted from early 2021. In about 3 months' time, in the beginning, there was a bit of confusion who will be in the priorities segment, who will not be. But slowly, in about 3 months' time, about 2/3 of the population they had taken at least one dose. And that was a great success. And when I say that, a large part of it was actually free in the government hospitals. But even in the private hospitals, it was at affordable rate. It is not something that was in the beginning, people are telling it will cost several thousand rupees. It was not like that. Government administered the price, the private sector agreed. So that is the way the effect was reduced, and that time fortunately, the Aadhaar card, which was already prevalent in different parts, it was introduced a couple of years, several years earlier, 5, 6 years earlier. That became very handy in monitoring the situation, who has taken the vaccine and who has not. The society and the economy obviously were hurting. The Indian economy, as most of you might be knowing, it normally grows in recent decades at about 6 to 7% a year. In the old age, when we had the Hindu growth rate for the economic reforms, it used to be only 3 to 4%. That is called Hindu growth rate because some people describe that the growth rate was stagnant with plus minus 0.5%, around 3.5%. Yes, telling similarly that it was reflecting the kind of permanent nature of the Hindu society at that level. But GDP growth actually, instead of growing in 2021, it dropped by more than 6% in India. What is GDP? GDP is essentially it is a sum total of all the income that is generated in the country by all the residents within the geographical area of the country, and it avoids double counting. For example, if in agriculture the farmer has certain income, but his input cost has to be deducted, so that we get his income, not the income of the person who is selling the seeds or who is selling the fertilizer and so on. This level of drop, it was also among the highest because of the strictness of our lockdown. Similar numbers were also observed for Argentina, Italy, and UK. But this is one side of the story. I think what the government did right from the beginning is they announced several measures because they knew people are not getting work. The migrants who are working in small scale industry in urban centers, they return home. We still remember very visual pictures often remembered in the on the television scenes that people are walking hundreds of kilometers to go back to their home despite the lockdown. But the government responded soon. They did take measures to relax it for them and to transport it to them. Transport agreements were made after initial week or so. But along with that, the government also decided two major things. One was the free distribution of rice or wheat, 5 kg per person. And that was a great help on the food security front, that people were at least, they were not starving, they were able to eat something. And this 5 kg was over and above the entitlement that a household has under the National Food Security Act. So for about 2/3 people, it was actually about 10 kg, not per person, not 5 kg. For the rest, it was 5 kg, they might have used, might not have used it. Those who were able to afford them, obviously, some of them possibly never used it. But about 18 crore people were covered and they got the help. The other help was basically in terms of more allocation to the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, where employment is guaranteed in the government schemes for manual work up to 100 days. More resources were allocated. In general, though the entitlement is 100 days, general demand is about 30 days on an average, not more than that. But in that year, because the migrants returned, several more people were engaged in the work, at least for the first few weeks. The state governments also took their measures. They topped out some of the central government help. And it is they who actually, central government doesn't have machinery to look at the grassroots level. They decide the policy, they allocate the resources. But it is the state government who has to distribute the food. So they took those responsibilities and they also topped up some of the benefits to for the vulnerable people. This is one type of help that the government gave. The other type of help is for the MSMEs, the small, medium industries, small and medium enterprises. Most of them, they didn't have cash flow. Some of them, or many of them actually closed down, but the government came forward and gave them some kind of lifeline that they didn't have to pay back the loan immediately. They were postponed. And it was left to the bank how to deal with it because banks they had direct dealings with the banks. Government also, because it announced that it is willing to pay for the provident fund of the workers, the industry's contribution. A third type of help that came was from the RBI. So in a situation like this, often the financial system, modern financial system will just collapse. If there are no activities, there are no transactions, or it has reduced quite a bit, a system will collapse. But again, RBI intervened, it reduced the interest rate quite substantially. It deferred payment of interest for working capital loans. Banks had the option to do that. And several other monetary measures. And in general, the total package on the fiscal front, on the government's income expenditure front, and on the RBI's front, it was almost similar to several other countries. Possibly some people criticise the Indian government that our fiscal measures were not that large. But if we take the fiscal and monetary measures together, it was about 50% of GDP, which is very substantial, almost similar to several other, some of the developed countries also, who had more capacity to pay. Coming to different sectors, as I already told, agriculture was exempted from the lockdown, and agriculture grew that year at a normal rate of about 3% a year. Public and defense, of course, that also grew, but several other sectors didn't grow at all. They had negative growth, an absolute drop in their total income. It is not that they closed down completely, but the total income, there was absolute drop. Some of the sectors, which may be described as touch-intensive sectors, like the tourism or entertainment sector, cinema halls and all that, they were affected the most. At another level, if we go to state level effects, almost every state there was an adverse effect, but possibly 3 states, according to the RBI's state data, 3 states they didn't experience decline in their overall income. They just managed to have positive growth. These are West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. Possibly because in some cases the relaxations were, the restrictions were not that severe. The state governments didn't enforce it so much. In some other cases, the State government also might have come forward to top up the central health in a more intensive way according to their capacity. But two states which are, which experience most severe income problem are Maharashtra and Kerala. I think this is broadly the picture. What what is the lesson we'll draw from all this experience? Nowadays, personally, people are trying to forget it now. Many people think it is an experience of the past. It may not come back during our time, at least during our lives. I think one of the things is, if any such situation arises, or even on a smaller scale than the COVID-19, we need to take care of the migrants on a priority basis. They are possibly, they are neglected. They have been left out to the small and medium industry enterprises, and they need a bit more regulation to make it formal as far as possible. If you make it too formal, also industry may suffer. Some of the industry won't be able to survive. Also, if you want that they should declare their laborers they use on a daily basis, that they won't be able to do. But on another monthly basis also, similarly, another section of people who suffer most are domestic. They are mostly ladies. But at the same time, in general, some of the surveys, based on legal method, what happened during those times. Now they are telling that in the beginning, at least, they got help from the employers. Or at least for 1 month, most of them have told that they got their salary, they were not got down, but later on they suffered. I think more than monetary loss, some of them complained that they didn't have access to the household in a free way as they used to get it earlier. I think that is also something that, what kind of measures we can take in future for a situation like this. We have to think about it. Maybe we have to, as a better habit, we have to have sanitation when somebody enters the house, be it a servant or be it a guest, we have to ask them to show their hand for sanitation. Some of these simple measures that can help quite a bit. Similarly, one of the things, the lesson that is drawn is on the public distribution system. Several economists like me, normally they are very critical of the public distribution system, that there are large scale leakages, we are not able to monitor properly, though it might have reduced quite a bit in recent years because of the Jan Dhan mobile activities and other Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. Yet one of the things we have to remember is that the government started distributing free food there. And it's a matter of, they started it within weeks. How did they do it? They succeeded it because of this large network of the PDS system. In the absence of that, it would have taken months to build up that network. Physical distribution of goods is not easy. Monetary distribution is relatively easy now because of the bank accounts. But physical distribution, taking food grains to villages without a network, is very difficult. I think that is one thing that we have to build up some of the institutions with or without subsidy, but we have to build them up. We need them at the time of crisis. And anyway, some of them possibly would be needed even otherwise also. look into the future, so that year we lost about 6% of GDP in absolute drop, whereas you were expecting about 5 to 6% growth. So overall drop was about 12%. And that drop that we experienced that year, we may not be able to compensate it over the next 5 7 years. At least, unless actually we are able to grow very fast, which is the current environment is not permitting, particularly after the Ukraine-Russian war. Several analysts were hopeful that the economic impact of the COVID will be a thing of the past. Most of them are now revising now. While global economy will grow at a moderate rate, will not be able to see the kind of activity that was there. And particularly for India, it may not be able to take the advantage of the global economic growth as much as it was expected. It will be there, but it will possibly not be so much. Fortunately, again, because of the global tension and global environment in the new environment, India is also able to attract foreign investment on a larger scale. And some of the big multinational companies like Apple, they are trying to slowly shift their base from China to other countries. They have started one big production center in Tamil Nadu, for example. And iPhones are now being produced in India. And now that one of the biggest drivers of growth, of the global growth, China, there are some of the uncertainties that is there now. And they are moving on technology front, they are moving to a different level. Because of that, the space vacated by China, if we can take advantage of that and capture a part of that space, possibly we can enhance our growth rate in the next after 3 4 years or 5 years. And that will be the right side of the entire thing in future. I think I'll stop there, and maybe if there are questions or any discussions, we can continue.
Listen to Dr. Panda address. He has repeatedly presented the economic issues during and after both very mostly highlighting the economic aspects. But there are certain other aspects which all of us know. I'm just repeating to refresh your kind memory. I think for this first time, in the last 100 years, maybe more, such a catastrophe occurred in the world. 80 more men and women, children, than the Second World War deaths. This is Mahamari. It got a good lesson to be reached because they are deprived of domestic servants. Their washing machines do not have much. Some of the rich, you must have read in the newspapers, who did not go outside their houses, were also dead by Muhammad. Because it was, you can put it air fire. That did not prevent you from getting attacked. The inhuman considerations were noticed in big ways when a large number of rich people left India. instead of helping the poor, they left India. You must have seen in the newspapers. And those capitalists, super capitalists, their income increased tremendously. Inequality during the COVID period and after the COVID period is noticeable. In health, you must have seen both the Indian government and state governments were boasting that they have provided so many health facilities. Oxygen was not available even in the national capital. What to think of other places? I myself experienced. My son was attacked, my daughter was attacked, and there were no oxygen available. I tried my best with the help of some of my old students who could get one. But what happened to many died due to lack of oxygen. That's why both Modi and Navin Patnaik are given some relief. Now, I mean, it is not economic. They are ignoring health and education for the last 75 years. 35% of the school and college students could not get the benefit of learning advantages online because the internet was not available in the tribal areas, in rural areas. People, even senior doctors, they were afraid of going to the patients in the hospitals. See how religion is not an age of adharma. This is true. We have seen it. We pray God that it could not happen again to the humanity. Father could not take God's sound in the son is time. Son could not tell father's body is father is dead. Everybody was afraid. So something unthinkable, unimaginable, catastrophe we have seen. See now in 24 election is coming, how the political party will provide the manifesto. They will bring you everything, oxygen, super specialist, even health minister could not provide the super specialist by the government of Odisha or government of India. He had to be carried to Bhubaneswar for treatment. And there are 35 super specialist hospitals in Bhubaneswar. This is Odisha. And you are working same government. There is nothing wrong with it. Because people want stability. He has provided stability. But health and education are ignored. I think crisis. Panda is already proven. So, yes, Bhavani Patna. So, we cannot linger. I stop here and request Bhavani Minister to
Reported my query is a small query. It's still not directly relevant to this topic, COVID-19 infection. But I would like to, I was browsing through your so many books and I came across one, there is green TPP. Why this green TPP concept has not been articulated and much awareness not been created with text also are silent about the green. This is what I want to know from this. Yeah, thank you.
You call but there are some estimates which is 5 billion. Okay. Number two, there is that because the problem started from COVID, the Ukraine problem. But there is some lacuna before that. So the evaluation it started. And this still is continuing today. Today in Sonapur, no SAP is working. Everybody is in trouble. No, particularly the yes sector, what is this SAP sector, totally no employment, nothing. People don't have the capacity to purchase at least the durables. Durables are totally not sold.
highly affected. And I think there is still weakness in there. And if we can provide this Adani problem, which is going on, some idea. The Adani problem is going on. The Adani is so.
Asha. Okay. First of all, thank you. Yeah, let me answer, then we'll have one more. Already I forget. You know, green GDP. GDP is not only a measure of total income generated within the economy, it's a measure of transactions. It is not a measure of welfare as such. You know, it is a broad indicator of welfare in the same sense that a richer person is, we think, he is happier than a poorer person. Only in that sense. But talking of green GDP measurement as such, see, it's not easy. There have been many attempts. There have been several expert studies on what other countries are doing and what India should do. In some sectors, it's not that difficult. For example, how much of forest is lost, what is the value, but its valuation is difficult. What is the value of a tree that is lost? We know, it is easy to say how much income is lost because the people who are earning income because of that. But what is the value of timber? There are studies and it is possible to do. But if you ask me how much of CO2, how much of income loss is there due to CO2 emission? It has health effect, it is a long-term effect. And more than that, it is a global effect. It is not local effect. CO2 generated anywhere, whether it is America or Europe, it has effect on India, so also the other way. Local effects are somewhat easy to measure, though not always. Health effects are not easy to measure. What is the loss in income due to health or earnings? Insurances are there that can be, some of the things could be possibly approximated. And there have been attempts, but the problem is some of the countries attempted, even China attempted, Japan attempted, New Zealand. Most of them gave up because they were not comparable. They found that in 1 year, suddenly it is increasing by 7-8%. The next year it drops by 15-20%. Mostly because we do not know how to approximate over the years. That is one major reason why, green PM. But it is, what I say is, what the government should do, whatever is possible on green GDP, they should publish that side by side, not necessarily as a replacement of GDP. The current GDP measures, it does indicate certain things as a measure of total transaction, economic activities. What should bring in GDP, it will not be economic activities only. It will be welfare. But that should be published. Just the way we publish, not only just aggregate income, but what Party was telling, the distributional effect. We publish that, if not every year, every 5 years or 7 years. So like that, we should talk about it. We should have alternative measures of overall activities and welfare. Absolutely no disagreement. And if we don't start, after 10 or 15 years also, we will be talking, somebody else will be telling the same problem what I am telling today is very difficult. You have to start it somewhere.
And it should also be taken as an economic indicator in future.
Say it is
Just like GDP or whatever it is.
It is an alternative indicator. Yes, it is an alternative indicator.
Thank you.
In the Adani thing, so it is one particular company's problem. One may say the government is hand in hand with that or they are supporting it directly. But then government supports several other companies. It is not just one. It so happened that one company was very smart. They took advantage of it, and in the last 3 years, they grew several. And naturally, growth like that is there. If suddenly I'm given, 3 or 4 promotions within 5 years, all my colleagues in the university, they will be, oh, kya karna hai? Uska kya, what is the trick he is using? So like that, others started investigating that. And they came up that, okay, there is large loan, it may not be sustainable. And some of the valuations that banks have done to give loan, that the mortgages might run into problem. But overall, on the economic impact, I do not see it to be much more. Even if one industry closes down, actually it will not be one entire industry. Even if after all, there is a group of industries. Even if some of them close down or they face problem for 4 5 years, its overall effect will not be much. Indian economy is too large, $3 trillion, 3,000 billion. So, okay, 100 billion might be affected. There might be problems in some loan recovery of 4 5 billion. But then we face problem, even in 2012-13, we faced loan recovery problem. Because of, during the global financial crisis, there was fiscal expansion and loans were given in a more relaxed way than the normal activities that we can do. So, what is your other question?
Problem started from the not from the.
Oh, problem started with no. Say the MSME problem started with demonetization. I'm not disagreeing with that. Yes, it did, and in fact, MSME problem started even before that. The way I was telling, during the global financial crisis.
Because the definitions were changed during the COVID.
Yes, definitions were changed, and definitions were changed, to enlarge it, not to narrow it down.
Yes.
But several MSMEs, they have not been able to revive it. There might be a small shop in the corner, or there might be people who used to apply for 5 people, but now they find that their demand has changed. Somebody else has taken over because they've closed down for 2 years. Somebody else has taken over that activity. So I think we are going through a transition period. And
Totally ruins are
I will not say totally ruined. I don't think so. After all,
more demand.
No.
Particularly for regulations.
yes, that say if we go into durables, what is known as normally fast-moving consumer goods also, the demand is increasing now. It was not there for 1 or 2 years. Why? Again, one of the reasons is the production, what you are telling, but the other side is also that so most of the households, they postponed some of their asset purchase. They postponed it because they wanted to save more. We were so much scared. But Mr. Padilla, there are moments when you forget all about your wealth, you forget all about your assets, you want to survive. And because of that, the financial savings of households increased severely, very substantially. And households' financial savings increased, but they postponed their purchase of durables and other things. But it is true that the MSMEs have not been able to revive completely. The migrants, they have returned, but all of them have not returned yet. Some of them are still in the villages. Slowly, possibly, they will return. Some of them might not return also. They might be having, after it is a personal choice, it is a household choice. Some of them might have already taken up new activities with the savings they have in the villages. So I think the thing is, in a market economy, we have to encourage private choice. And within that, if the government is doing certain things to restrict that, I think we should restrict that. I do not see that government has taken action which will damage the MSME. Yes, it might not have revived it completely. But at the same time, it has given a lot of help, lot of load to some of the things. But government cannot help directly. It has to give loan measures have to be taken. That ultimately, the decision has to be taken by the professional banks.
During the financial crisis, it was not felt like that. Here, after this COVID and everything, because I did difference among
Also, during financial crisis of 2008-9, it was not caused by India. It happened, the center of gravity was in the USA. And we were affected to the extent we were part of the global system. But the famous debate that time that in a globalized world, you cannot remain isolated. If you want coupling with the developed world, the cost of coupling also has to be paid. But the cost was not that large because we are not directly so much affected. We are affected to some extent through the banking channel or through the trade channel. But now it is different. Now India itself is affected. India did, okay, 5 lakh or more, whatever it is, the number is, 5 lakh is possibly the recorded figure, 5 or 6 lakh.
Any other question?
Yes. Yes, Madam, in a kind of mind, I want to ask one question. What we have gained by converting your planning commission to Niti Aayog?
Oh, what have we done?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a entirely different question, but for me, answering the following. See, the planning commission was very useful in the planning village. In fact, after the 1991 reforms, there were talks that let's give up the 5-year plans. There is, I think some people were telling, okay, they do serve some purpose in giving an indication of where the economy is moving. But I think one of the things that happened during that period, and it's not only Mr. Modi as Gujarat Chief Minister, but several other opposition Chief Ministers, they complained that the planning commission should not be in charge of allocation of resources to the states. So I think that was a function that had to be taken away. The other functions which planning commission was doing, study how to change the economy and other things, that is being given to the Niti Aayog with a different name. At the same time, I think to answer your question directly, what have we gained? No, we have not gained much. Frankly, we have not gained much. Niti Aayog has not been so active in bringing out new policies. It has been active in a couple of things. For example, it has a multi-dimensional depreciation index. Similarly, on the environment and other things, it has been doing. But it is not as active as the earlier planning commission.
We just take one by you.
Pardon?
Our last question before we have to leave for comment. Yes,
My question is related to this topic. You talked about the crisis and you talked about the crisis and problems of that India faced during COVID-19. Certainly, whenever there is a crisis, there is an opportunity and there are challenges which the country evolves through. What are the opportunities that COVID-19, if you can say 2-3
Yes, sir.
lines?
I think the challenges part, I told few things, Professor Padi also told about the social sector, health education. The opportunities is where what I concluded. I didn't elaborate it so much, but the international environment is changing, and India might be able to take advantage. The way China did, we might not be able to take advantage of that scale, because there are other countries like Vietnam, even Bangladesh is taking advantage of that. But we might be able to take advantage of the international front in affecting foreign investment. I think the other opportunity, it was an opportunity to demonstrate to the world that we are still in this. We didn't break down, unlike some of the other countries.
R&D was also another opportunity.
Research and development.
R&D was
R&D, we demonstrated that also. Our people, certainly, thank you. certainly they demonstrated. Of course, any new development R&D because of the crisis, you know, because of the new rules and other things, they take advantage of it, and that led to the inequality. It is huge, and the government possibly has to do something or other in future to tackle whether it is income inequality. It may not be that large, but wealth inequality is huge, and that is a big challenge for the next 10, 15 years or 20 years.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. At the outset, we are very much thankful to Professor Manoj Panda for accepting our invitation and be the speaker of this evening. Professor Panda has really and very lucidly he has told by giving this statistical data about the, I would say, the impact of this COVID-19 on the society. Because in every country, definitely the economic is the backbone. So it has been drastically cut down, especially in COVID-19. And he has rightly pointed out the initiative of the government, both central and state, to come up to a particular level and just to manage the situation. The situation was so grim that even our own people, they were not allowed to mix with their own person. We are some way or what detached to each and everybody. Just like our nurse was throwing the medicine to the patient. Like this, many stories have come during COVID-19, and economy has a very drastic, I mean to say, impact. This COVID-19 has given a very drastic impact on the economy. And Sir has rightly pointed out, government should manage to give the sum or the money or the assistance through the bank. But the public distribution system was somewhere what it was a failure because we had to go to the ground level. Professor Padi was just explaining the unavailability of the oxygen. And this is not in one place, throughout the world. This was the situation. And India, not only India, each and every country in the world has affected to this drastic situation. Sir, very much we are very thankful for accepting our invitation to be the speaker of this evening. And I'm also equally thankful to Professor Padi who could manage to get such a dynamic personality amidst our gathering to say or share his experiences and say something. And we are also very much thankful to all the members who have patiently listened to Professor Manoj Panda. And we are also very much thankful to the press media, those who are here, and one and all who are present here. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you.